His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa received the cable of congratulations from His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister Prince Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa on McLaren's victory in the Formula One Constructors' Championship and Lando Norris' victory in the Formula One Drivers' Championship at the conclusion of the F1 World Championship, which is the team's first achievement of its kind, winning both championships in 27 years. His Royal Highness affirmed that the McLaren's successive achievements are a reflection of the great efforts made by the management of the team, who are determined to put Bahrain on the world sporting map in line with the aspirations and vision of His Majesty the King for the benefit of Bahrain. His Royal Highness added that the team's success is the result of the dedication and continuous follow-up of the Team Bahrain to achieve this success, which adds to the progress of Bahraini sports, especially in motor racing. His Royal Highness prayed to Allah Almighty to grant His Majesty the King lasting good health and happiness. During the opening of the 46th session of the GCC Supreme Council Bahrain Summit, His Majesty the King delivered a speech in which he affirmed the centrality of the Arabian Gulf security and its role as a fundamental pillar of regional and international stability. His Majesty also stressed the need to protect maritime navigation, ensure the security of international trade, and establish a collective defense structure that protects GCC countries from escalating threats. More in this report.
أما فيما يتعلق بأمن الخليج العربي والاستقرار الإقليمي فإننا نرى ضرورة حماية الملاحة البحرية والتجارة الدولية من أي تهديد والحفاظ على خلو المنطقة من أسلحة الدمار الشامل. استناداً إلى التوجهات الاستراتيجية لمجلس التعاون في مجال الأمن والدفاع الجماعي وبالتعاون مع شبكة تحالفاته، سعياً لترسيخ قيم الأخوة الإنسانية والتعايش السلمي بما يعزز ثقافة السلام ويكرس الاحترام المتبادل بين الشعوب.
The security of the Arabian Gulf is one of the most strategic issues within the GCC framework, as the safety of maritime routes and the stability of global supply lines are directly linked to the political and economic realities of member states. His Majesty the King's call during his speech at the Bahrain Summit to secure international navigation is a clear affirmation of the need to neutralize any threats to trade and enhance regional readiness through integrated defense mechanisms. The Gulf vision in this area is based on established principles, most notably the GCC countries' commitment to preventing the proliferation of weapons of mass destruction and working in accordance with unified security policies based on transparency and confidence building in line with the Council's approach to developing its collective defense capabilities. This approach is reflected in a wide network of international partnerships and alliances, which have become a key element in protecting the region's security and preserving its vital stability. In light of the accelerating regional challenges, it is important to promote positive dialogue and consolidate coexistence and respect for sovereignty, thereby creating a more balanced political environment. From this perspective, the Gulf approach emphasizes the priority of protecting the shared identity of the GCC states and consolidating mutual respect among peoples as one of the most important guarantees of sustainable security and stability in the region.
And to speak more on this subject, we have the following statement from Shura Council member and Foreign Affairs, Defense and National Security Committee member Nancy Khdouri.
The vision of His Majesty, long live his reign, as to the need to preserve the region free of weapons of mass destruction reflects a firm, principled position based on respect for international law and protecting people from the catastrophic dangers posed by these weapons. It strengthens the role of the Gulf countries as a regional power supporting global security and peace. In my opinion, the GCC countries should continue to build a network of international relations and alliances based on transparency and the exchange of security information, and emphasize at international forums the importance of compliance with non-proliferation treaties. They may also support diplomatic initiatives that seeks to rid the Middle East of these weapons, as well as the development of conventional defense capabilities to deter any threat without being drawn into an arms race that does not serve the security and stability of the region.
And to speak about Bahrain's role in maritime security, we have the following statement from Shura Council member and Foreign Affairs, Defense and National Security Committee member Nancy Khadouri.
The importance of protecting maritime navigation and international trade in the Gulf comes from the strategic geographical location of the region, as it represents a vital artery for the global economy. This trend is a clear expression of the responsibility of the GCC countries to maintain the security of waterways, especially the Strait of Hormuz and the Arabian Sea, from any threats that affect regional stability or harm the interests of the world. The GCC countries play a pivotal role in this field by enhancing joint military and security cooperation, activating joint defense agreements, as well as building strategic partnerships with allied countries, which contributes to enhancing readiness and coordinating intelligence and logistical efforts to meet challenges and to protecting the security of the vital sea lanes.
The National Security Advisor and Royal Guard Commander, Lieutenant General His Highness Sheikh Nasser bin Hamad Al Khalifa, received the U.S. Congress delegation led by Representative James Moylan. Present were also the Deputy National Security Advisor, Sheikh Khalid bin Ali Al Khalifa, and the Chairman of the Strategic Security Bureau, Sheikh Ahmed bin Abdulaziz Al Khalifa. During the meeting, His Highness Sheikh Nasser affirmed the importance of the Bahrain-US relations, stressing the need to continue developing bilateral cooperation in various fields to achieve common interests and support regional security and stability. They also discussed a number of topics of mutual interest and reviewed regional and international developments, in addition to opportunities opportunities for enhancing cooperation in various fields in the coming period. For their part, the delegation expressed their appreciation for the strength of relations with Bahrain, affirming their keenness to enhance joint coordination and support efforts aimed at expanding cooperation in a manner that serves the interests of both sides. Shura Council Chairman Ali Al-Saleh chaired the Council's weekly session. The Council approved the draft law approving the host country agreement between the Government of Bahrain and the Permanent Court of Arbitration. The Council also approved the draft law amending Article 12 of Decree Law 14 of 1973 on the regulation of advertisements, as well as the decision of the Representatives Council regarding the Shura Council's decision on the draft law amending Article 11 of the Civil Service Law. The Council then gave its final approval to the draft law, issuing the Secure Transactions Law, as well as the draft law amending certain provisions of Decree Law 14 of 1973 on the regulation of advertisements. The Council also approved the report of the Foreign Affairs, Defence and National Security Committee on a draft law amending certain provisions of the Public Security Forces Law. The Deputy Prime Minister Sheikh Khalid bin Abdullah Al Khalifa chaired the fourth board meeting of the Institute of Public Administration, the IPA, for 2025 in the presence of its members. The Deputy Prime Minister said that the IPA continues to play a major role in enhancing government performance, developing human capital and strengthening the capabilities of national competencies in line with the comprehensive development goals under the leadership of His Majesty the King and the directives of His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister. Sheikh Khalid bin Abdullah noted that IPA's programs are effectively meeting the training needs of both public and private sectors, as well as keeping pace with modern developments in management and governance. The Institute's performance indicators for the year demonstrated clear growth in demand for training and development. IPA delivered 137 training programs and courses through accredited trainers, benefiting 5,265 trainees from the public and private sectors, in addition to individuals, which is an increase of more than 46% compared with the previous year. The board approved the annual plan for 2026, which includes launching the National Programme for Government Leadership Development, continuing professional programs and short courses, and developing services in assessment guidance and coaching. The board also noted the acceptance of the first batch of students for the Master's Programme in Leadership and Innovation offered by IPA in cooperation with King's College London, with classes scheduled to start in January 2026. Sheikh Khalid commended the efforts of the IPA board and executive management, noting the clear improvement in performance indicators and implemented initiatives. He emphasized that these efforts enhance the Institute's contribution to advancing administrative sciences and improving practices across government bodies. The Deputy Prime Minister also expressed anticipation for further measures to improve efficiency in both public and private sectors, supporting comprehensive and sustainable growth for the kingdom. The public prosecution held an event in honor to its partners in its social care initiative Riaya in the presence of the Attorney General Dr. Ali Al-Bouanein and a number of public prosecution officials, representatives from ministries, institutions and partner organizations. Dr. Al-Bouanein expressed gratitude to the supporting entities for their ongoing efforts exerted in the social protection system, which focuses on the care of targeted children, women and families. He stressed that the initiative embodies the public prosecution's vision of fulfilling its humanitarian and social role alongside its judicial mandate, enhancing the values of justice, solidarity and social responsibility. Dr. Al-Bouanein highlighted the initiative's significant achievements, which have reached 892 individuals by the third quarter of 2025, providing them with a diverse range of educational, health, psychological and social services. He affirmed the importance of continuing joint cooperation and expanding partnerships to enhance the services provided to beneficiaries. The event comes within the framework of the public prosecution's promotion of its initiative and consolidation of its national and social role in supporting community solidarity and protecting individuals and families in line with the vision of Bahrain in establishing the foundations of justice and sustainable development. To speak more about this topic, we are now joined over the phone by Public Prosecutor Khalid Al-Jalahma. Hello and welcome, Mr. Al-Jalahma. Can you tell us what are the most prominent efforts and outcomes of the La Riaya initiative in supporting groups affected by crime?
Hello and good evening. First of all, I would like to thank all participating entities for their interest in the CARE initiative, which aims to enhance quality of life and support the most vulnerable groups through specialized programs and services provided according to the highest standards. As a consultant for the CARE initiative, we work alongside partners from governmental and non-governmental organizations to ensure that support reaches its beneficiaries in the best possible way, with a focus on raising awareness of legal procedure and providing the necessary services for each case according to its needs. The initiative has achieved tangible results, both in raising community awareness and enabling access to support services, as well as reducing reoffending. We are currently working to expand and develop the programs in line with the needs of the community. We thank everyone for their cooperation, and we remind everyone that the doors of the CARE initiative is always open to serve beneficiaries and meet their needs. Thank you very much.
And that was Public Prosecutor Khalid Al-Jalahma. Thank you for joining us. Under the patronage of His Majesty the King's Representative for Humanitarian Work and Youth Affairs and Chairman of the Supreme Council for Youth and Sports, His Highness Sheikh Nasser bin Hamad Al Khalifa, the closing ceremony of the second edition of the We Write in Arabic initiative organized by the Bahrain Islamic Bank was held in the presence of the SCYS Secretary General Ayman Al Muayyad. The event concluded with cultural performances and the announcement of winners across more than 21 categories alongside judges, trainers, volunteers and schools. Al Muayyad said the initiative reflects His Highness Sheikh Nasser's vision of creating creative spaces for youth to express their talents in a language representing Bahrain's identity and culture. He highlighted the strong participation and quality work, noting the Council's support and the role of strategic partnerships with government and private institutions. The CEO of BISB, Fatma El Alawi, commended His Highness's support for the second edition of the initiative, which strengthened the initiative's position and promoted Arab culture and identity and opening new horizons for creativity among young people. The Minister of Information, Dr. Ramzan bin Abdullah Al-Noaimi, affirmed that the initiative is an opportunity to identify young talents and discover their abilities. He commended the initiative's objectives, which aim to strengthen national identity, foster pride in the Arabic language and celebrate the creativity of young people. The Minister of Education, Dr. Muhammad Juma, affirmed that the ministry is dedicating all its resources to promote and consolidate the Arabic language among students. The Minister of Youth Affairs, Rawan Tawfiqi, commended the broad participation in the program and the spirit of enthusiasm and positive competition among young people. The President of the Bahrain Writers Association, Dr. Rashid Najm, underlined the initiative's importance in nurturing a new generation of writers and preserving Arabic cultural heritage. The initiative attracted over 7,000 participants from 225 public and private schools, as well as youth participants. The Minister of Municipalities and Agriculture, Engineer Wael Mbarak, reviewed the technical and logistical preparations for the upcoming edition of the Bahrain International Show Marai 2025, held under the patronage of His Majesty the King from December 9th to 13th. The Minister affirmed that this edition will reflect Bahrain's growing focus on enhancing food security and developing the agricultural and animal production environment in line with the directives of His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister. He explained that Marai 2025 will include a show featuring horses, camels, livestock and birds alongside an exhibition providing visitors with a comprehensive experience linking agricultural production and local heritage and highlighting the biodiversity of the kingdom. He stressed that this year's show has expanded in both the number and area of exhibitors through local and international participation, reflecting its ongoing development.
This show, which blends agriculture and livestock production, will offer a diverse range of concepts and activities eagerly anticipated by farmers, investors, and visitors alike. The Ministry of Municipalities Affairs and Agriculture's vision for organizing Marai 2025 is evident in its commitment to enhancing food security and expanding investment opportunities in the agricultural and livestock sectors. The show fosters an environment conducive to learning, experience, and discovery, and will showcase distinguished breeds of horses and other animals for which Bahrain is renowned, which marks the kingdom as a destination for specialized companies and experts, and will create promising opportunities for developing new projects in these vital sectors. At the conclusion of the event, the show will be turned into a platform for networking among farmers, investors, and visitors. Stories will be shared, experiences exchanged, and the commercial and knowledge-based discussions that support the growth of local production will continue, further solidifying Bahrain's position as a leading destination for agricultural and livestock exhibitions.
Manama was crowned the world's leading business tourism destination of the prestigious World Travel Awards 2025 Grand Finale held at Exhibition World Bahrain. The Minister of Tourism and Chairperson of the Bahrain Tourism and Exhibitions Authority, Fatma Sarafi, said that hosting the ceremony in Bahrain is the result of efforts since the launch of the 2022-2026 tourism strategy. She noted that Manama, being named world's leading business travel destination, reflects the authority's work to enhance Bahrain's presence in the MICE market, and that these achievements demonstrate the strength of Bahrain's tourism ecosystem in collaboration with its partners. Sarafi noted that these achievements reflect the strength of the tourism sector in Bahrain in cooperation with its partners. World Travel Awards founder Graham Cook commended Bahrain for hosting the ceremony, stating that Bahrain presented an exceptional model in organizing this event, which brought together a select group of the most prominent figures in the tourism and travel industry. Exhibition World Bahrain won 4 awards at the ceremony, confirming its success in consolidating its role in attracting major international events in line with the 2022-2026 tourism strategy. It received Bahrain's Best Convention Center, the Middle East Best MICE event venue, as well as global recognition as the world's leading large-scale wedding venue and world's leading MICE event venue. The national carrier Gulf Air also received an award for excellence in the aviation sector in recognition of its vital role in enhancing Bahrain's air connectivity. The Ministry of Industry and Commerce launched the 3rd edition of the Digital Business Champions Overseas Program for companies and factories in cooperation with Export Bahrain and Bahrain Institute of Banking and Finance, the BIBF, with participation from leading and mentoring companies. The initiative supports the ministry's efforts to develop the digital trade sector and boost its role in the digital economy. The program aims to enhance exports through digital trade, prepare companies and factories to adopt digital practices and promote digital transformation. The program will also offer expert-led mentoring sessions on digital trade and exporting, including best practices, challenges, online store development, marketing, logistics, policies, and intellectual property protection. The Supreme Council for Environment, in collaboration with the International Organization for Migration, organized a joint workshop to strengthen data systems that support climate resilience in the GCC countries, with broad participation from the relevant authorities across the member states. This workshop forms part of building on the outcomes of COP30 and advancing the implementation of regional priorities identified during the conference, along with the related strategic programs linked to climate readiness and the allocation of concerned budgets. During the workshop, the Council stressed the importance of developing modern data systems that meet planning needs based on risk assessments. The workshop also adopted a multi-sectoral approach, bringing together national statistical offices, disaster risk reduction units within interior ministries, authorities responsible for environmental and human mobility matters, as well as academic and research institutions. This is meant to enhance integration in managing climate and migration data and to develop joint indicators of vulnerability and proactive action.
Extremely pleased to be organizing this GCC post-COP climate change conference with the members from the GCC countries. We also have different UN agencies and academia, and the whole point is to discuss climate change, migration, different countries' national action plans, and to learn from the best experiences of all the different countries in how they address climate change, disaster preparedness, and all of the issues that we face here in the world today.
In accordance with the directives of His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister to offer 3 job opportunities to every job seeker registered with the Labour Ministry before the end of this year, the Ministry continues to receive applications from job seekers. More in this report.
Upon the directives of His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister, the National Employment Initiative has entered a phase where vision is integrated with rapid implementation. His Royal Highness directed that 3 job opportunities are offered to every job seeker registered with the Ministry of Labour before the end of this year, transforming this initiative into a dynamic movement that addresses the aspirations of young people and reshapes the labour market. The Ministry continues to receive job seekers' applications amidst increasing attendance, reflecting citizens' confidence in the procedures. Meanwhile, companies continue to demonstrate broad engagement by posting new vacancies and coordinating directly with the Ministry, within a practical partnership that underscores the private sector's responsibility in supporting job stability. Over the past few days, a number of job seekers signed employment contracts confirming that the experience was easy and quick, and that the procedures placed them on the threshold of a new professional stage. This step comes within a broader system that works to enhance the presence of Bahraini talents in various sectors and creates a more attractive and sustainable work environment that supports Bahrain's economy and achieves the aspirations of its people.
McLaren, owned by Mumtalakat, the sovereign wealth fund of Bahrain, won the 2025 Formula One Grand Prix for drivers at the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix on the Yas Marina circuit in Abu Dhabi, with team driver Lando Norris finishing the season atop the drivers' standings. The McLaren team also secured second place, won by Australian driver Oscar Piastri, while his British teammate Lando Norris finished in third place. With this result, Norris added 15 points to his tally, bringing him to 423 points, maintaining his lead in the Drivers' World Championship and sealing the title for the season in an exceptional year marked by pivotal movements and ongoing competition. McLaren had previously won the FIA Formula One World Constructors' Championship for 2025 for the second consecutive year during the Singapore Grand Prix on the Marina Bay Street circuit, 6 races from the season's end, which saw strong performances from McLaren drivers. This global achievement embodies McLaren's status as one of Bahrain's most prominent sports investments and reflects Mumtalakat's commitment to supporting global sport and enhancing Bahrain's presence on the international sports stage.